Hi everyone. So I'll just wait for everybody to log in, or at least some of you log in, we'll see. So I told you that I have an update. Let me see if I can turn up the volume, make sure the volume's up. So I have an update from FHC, and I wanted to share it with everybody. Hi guys, happy Friday night. Everybody's starting to log on, or a lot of you are, so anyway, I'll share with you the news that I have. So, after I shared the video earlier this week, then a number of you posted and you were like, you know, I really just feel like this is really frustrating about the basement, and had we had more time, or had we known about all of this, you know, I would really like to donate toward the basement. Is that an option? You know, we asked a lot of questions, or you guys asked us a lot of questions that we didn't really, MJ and I really didn't have the answers to. So what we did was we went ahead and emailed FHC and our property manager, and she spoke with our construction team and the team at headquarters. So I got an email back. I think that was maybe Monday or Tuesday that I did a video. I emailed her that day after everybody had kind of said we would really be interested in donating or doing something about it. Are there options? I emailed her that day. I got an email back the next day, I think Wednesday, and she said a couple of things. She said, number one, we've been talking about this, and we are going to put into the plans an underground like storm shelter, so that we can have a place for the people who live in the chapter house to fit into an underground, stop licking me, to fit into a storm shelter of sorts. So and then she emailed back that, I can't remember what her second piece to that was, but anyway, I emailed her in reply and I said, wow, that's something. I really appreciate that. That is definitely a great start. And I said, you know, our alumni are just asking if there is a way that if we could come up with the $400,000, would that be an option, you know? And so she wrote me back. I was actually at a grant writing class today, a workshop, and this morning, I don't know, it was probably 10 or 11 o'clock, and I saw on my phone an email come through from her, and I immediately got up and read it and walked outside and called her, so I got an email this morning, and the team talked, and they have decided that, God bless them, so they said we could come up with the $400,000 if we had a way to do that. Now, here's the catch that I immediately sent to Maggie and said, OMG, holy crap. I was super excited about it on one hand that they did that, but they are filling in the basement on Tuesday. And so they said, you really only have until Tuesday to figure out the $400,000. And so I called Maggie and I was like, okay, so what are your thoughts? What are our options? We kind of asked a lot of different questions. What options do we have? Is that can we pledge money like over the next couple of years? Like, could I say, okay, I'll donate $25 a month and that'll be this much a year, and then that will, over the next couple of years, that will, with enough of us doing that, that would get us to our $400,000. We asked, is there another portion that we can like get a loan from you, and then we are like obligated to pay that back? Can we do, we just asked a lot of different questions. They, a little bit unkindly actually, basically said no. FHC, they said, it's a 501c3. They're not in the business of loaning money, which, I mean, I knew that, but they said basically the lady who's the interim director right now of FHC basically wrote back and said, you should have been thinking about this about 18 months ago in advance of tearing down the house. If this was something you wanted to do, you should have had these other plans in place. And I'm like, well, as of May, we thought that you were putting in a basement for us. And so, up until just a couple of weeks ago, we didn't think there was anything at all going on that would have made us think we needed to be fundraising for anything. And so, yeah. And then, you know, once I kept waiting for them to share all of this information with everyone. And when they didn't, I finally jumped on and told everybody. And so that's kind of when all this came up this week. And so, you know, so I wrote them back tonight. I had a visitation tonight, and then, you know, just other stuff. So we got back home and I sent them a note back and I said, you know, it's frustrating to me that I said, if we had more time, we probably could have, you know, done something. I said, but I'm absolutely going to share them with them, you know, the alumni, the information, and I'm going to give you guys at least all of the knowledge that I have on the subject. Whether we can, I said it's kind of a long shot in the dark, obviously, for us just to pull $400,000 out of our hats in 4 days. 4 days. But at least I said I'm going to give them the information that I have. So, you know, more than likely that's not something that can happen. I would love to tell you right now that we could absolutely do a pledge thing where we can sign up and do a $1 of the month club where we all contribute $20 or $10 or whatever it is over the next couple of years, and we get this done. But since that is not an option, you know, that's kind of where we're at. So there it is. I did ask. I would have loved for the information to come back in a different light, but that's kind of where we're at now. I will say that I am glad that if we can't do the basement, at least they are going to put in the storm shelter that will house the girls. And so it will be an underground shelter that's FEMA rated, or, you know, FEMA approved or whatever, pre-built structure, I believe, and put under there. That's kind of their thought process, or at least what they said. I don't know what they'll actually price out and do, but I'm happy to answer any other questions. If anybody has any, feel free to post them in the comments. If you have any other thoughts or any kind of, you know, other whatever. I know Maggie and I had talked, you know, we wondered what the price would be for for an unfinished basement, and we could finish it later. I don't know. Their reply pretty much was to Elise that, you know, we're not in the business of doing any of this stuff. So if they don't have it done and cash in hand by Tuesday, we're just moving on with our plan. Like, pretty much suck it up and deal with it. So, which, I mean, I understand on one hand too, because they are a large entity and they can't just sit around for people and, you know, just wait for them to do things that they may or may not do or make happen. And so I understand that totally. But on the other hand, it's kind of like, well, you know, a little frustrating. But anyway, that's where we are. Like I said, if you have questions that I can answer, post them below. I know Maggie and I will both, MJ, any of us will try to jump in and answer any of the questions that we know of. And, you know, I am excited about the new house. I would love to have the basement, obviously, but finding $400,000 by Tuesday is a little bit of a stiff charge. So, but let me know if you got any ideas, or if you have $400,000 or you know, close to that to contribute. Just saying. I mean, it never hurts to ask, right? So anyway, I hope you guys are having an awesome Friday night, and tomorrow's initiation for the girls. So definitely, I think we have 28 young women getting initiated. So definitely send them love and good thoughts. And yeah, so thank you, ladies, and I'll see you soon. Bye.